City won the treble. Welcome back to another video. Manchester City are, of course, treble winners. I never get bored of saying that. But we are looking to strengthen ahead of next season, and Josko Gvardiol could be Manchester City's next big target. How you all doing? Welcome back to another video. Please do hit the like button. Please do help support this channel. Please do subscribe if you like this kind of content. Been off for a couple of days. Nothing much has been happening. It's been very quiet, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. But I thought I'd jump on today because there's a little bit of news about Josko Gvardiol and discuss. There's been lots of small bits of news, but not necessarily always things to do a video about. But I will talk about a few things today and go through a few trending subjects and all that kind of stuff. With Gvardiol, of course, being the main man that we want to talk about. Are you doing good? Are you doing well? Let me know, of course, how you're feeling in the comments about this potential transfer, and I'll jump over to the news that comes today. Now, this came via Sports Witness earlier today. It says Gvardiol will soon become Leipzig's new record departure when he joins Manchester City, a deal that is a growing fact. City have shown ardent interest, so there's a deal there to be done for around 100 million euros plus bonuses. Apparently he's sat on packed suitcases waiting for the deal between City and Leipzig to be completed so he can move to England. He is expecting this to happen, and Leipzig expecting this to happen, and Manchester City are expecting this to happen as well. So it's obviously a bit frustrating for people who want everything nice and now, nice and quickly. You know, everyone wants everything to happen very quickly and all that kind of stuff, but we've got to be patient. You know, £100 million deals don't happen overnight. They happen with a little bit of time, a little bit of negotiating, and I do think this is going to happen. I absolutely do. I am not worried about this. I do think when every party wants something to happen, they usually do. It sounds like Leipzig want this to happen. It sounds like he definitely does. He expects it, and City do too. You just have to be a little bit patient. I reckon it'll end up being around 85 million euros with 15 million add-ons, so it reaches that 100 million euro kind of figure, so to speak. As Hamza said, yeah, Leipzig's sporting director was very open about it. He said he expects it to happen too. It's just all about the numbers. Look at Declan Rice, by the way. Look at Declan Rice. He's not yet an Arsenal player, despite, you know, everyone saying it's done. He's not an Arsenal player yet. He's about to be. Finally, the teams have reached an agreement on, you know, the way it's been phrased. And I think this is very similar. I don't think we've even officially bid yet, but I don't think City do bid until they have it done. They just discuss. And then once it's discussed and agreed, the bid goes in. I think we're very much usually a bid once and get it done kind of person. And get it right, you know, as opposed to bid multiple times. But I've really grown excited by this transfer, by the way. Obviously, I knew he was an elite player, but I've not sat and watched every single game that he's played for Leipzig or Croatia. I saw a lot of him at the World Cup, of course, and I've seen a lot of him in the Champions League, and I've seen an awful lot about what he's done and so on. But I've been absolutely gorging on Gvardiol content and footage and so on over the past week or two. And my God, I'm excited for this footballer. I'm excited for this superstar that we're potentially about to sign in. And I think he actually is a potential superstar. Genuinely, I think he is a potential superstar. Like, when you see the quality that he's got, we're getting, if we get him, a potential Erling Haaland of the defensive world. He's that level, in my opinion, that good. He is, like, already one of the best centre-backs in world football, and he is only 21 years old. Like, he is an elite level talent. Like, I was watching footage of him, and I think the general picture painted of him is of this big bruising centre back like Ruben Diaz. No, he's so much more than that. He's so much more than that. He has absolutely everything to his game, and as Hamza just said, the ball carrying of John Stones, the tackling of Ruben Diaz, the passing of Laporte. He's even probably got a little bit more than that. He seems faster than any of them as well. He has genuine skill. I think he's probably better dribbler than any of them, and I've been doing my research ahead of a potential hopeful video when he signs, and the stats that I come up and see, like, he's one of the most elite progressors of the ball in European football. Full stop. Like, full stop. Like, we're talking about, you know, a guy here who is at the peak of what he, you know, peak of what he could potentially be. Like, I found some stats from the 21-22 season, so not last season, but the season before, and he literally was ranked first in progressive passes per 90 minutes among centre-backs in Europe. Like, first. Like, he was the best progressive passer in European football during the 21-22 season. Like, it's absolutely remarkable stuff. Like, honestly, this guy has absolutely everything to hopefully be a potential superstar at Manchester City Football Club. And I know, Koulibaly's packed bags as well. We've been here before. Yeah, that's an absolute fair thing to raise. We have to be honest about this. Things could change very, very quickly. But at the same time, we can only base it off what we know currently. And I think the difference here is that it feels like, whereas with Koulibaly, Napoli were just like, nah, fuck you all, ain't gonna happen. Give us loads of money or we back off. It just feels different with this one, because it feels like everyone is expecting this to happen. Like, it doesn't feel like they're a million miles apart. It doesn't feel like City are, going up a blind alley. It feels like they know that what the fee is going to have to get done. It feels sort of right from all parties involved, and I do think the hunger is there, and from everyone. And when you've got that, it becomes a little bit easier. Obviously, they'll work it out. As Guy said, it feels like we've got a good relationship with Leipzig. It doesn't feel like there's any bridges being burned here. They haven't got an insane, they haven't got De Laurentiis, they haven't got ADL there, who's an absolute nutcase. So we're not dealing with that, thankfully, and it'll be hopefully be an awful lot easier. Like, if he comes in, he replaces Ake, essentially. Like, it's really harsh on Ake, but he's just pretty much better at everything from what I've seen. Like, maybe Ake's a better one-on-one defender a tiny bit. But in terms of everything else, he's just elite level. And he even plays in that same position, often left of a back three, kind of drifting out wide. And exceptionally creative, exceptionally skillful, exceptionally strong and quick and aggressive. Like, he is an upgrade on this Manchester City side. And it feels weird saying that, given how good Ake has been and so on. But he really is. He's an upgrade. And looking at his quality that he's got, I would not be surprised whatsoever if by the end of his, by in a year or two, he's just not seen as a defender anymore. Like, he could be a midfielder. I think he played as a midfielder as a kid, actually. Guys saying he's not a replacement of Ake. No, I agree with that. He'll alternate. He's an alternative to Ake, and I agree with that. Ake will still play an awful lot of football. But this guy is special. He's absolutely special. Like, he's a special footballer. And I want to see Manchester City getting a guy. Like, when you talk about the great centre-back, you think about, people like, I don't know, Gerard Piqué on Ramos or whatever. These old-timers. Like, I loved watching Gerard Piqué at Barcelona. Like, that great Barcelona side. Like, I used to, laugh when he used to burst forward and play 1-2s with Xavi and Iniesta. And he'd be at the end of the box playing free balls to Messi. Because he'd also be, that's what Piqué used to do. This is what, this guy can do too, but he's more of a Diaz-esque defender. He's somewhere between a Puyol and a Piqué. It's mental. And he's already he's already that good. He's only 21 years old. It's quite scary how good this guy could be. His ceiling is literally the best. That is crazy to think. It's literally the best. His ceiling is to be the best defender in world football. And he's not even far off already. I mean, that to me is a quite ridiculous thing to say out loud. But, I mean, for £85 million, it's an awful lot of money. And it probably will be around 85 million quid. About 100 million euros, 85 million quid or something like that eventually. But when you look at the money that people go for these days, like Sancho going to, United for 70 odd and Anthony as well. And then you get Fofana going for 80 odd to Chelsea and Maguire 80 odd. It just pretty much is the going rate these days, And then you've got Declan Rice going for 100 million. It's really hard to get a player of his quality for any cheaper than that. But I think that's absolutely fine. I mean, it sounds a lot right now, but this is the market, and eventually you have to accept that. If you want to have the best, you got to pay for the best, and it'll be fine. It'll absolutely fine. Yeah, maybe Laporte goes, as Jay mentioned. It's a weird one with Laporte. I struggle to see where Laporte's going to go and what the future looks like for Aymeric Laporte because I don't see who's going to come in for him. There was some reports that maybe Bilbao could come back in for him, but the money that they aren't going to have the money to pay for Aymeric Laporte, and he is actually a 50, 60 million pound defender. But who's going to pay that for him? Because it just doesn't feel like anyone needs him. Maybe Laporte will go to PSG, yeah, but it doesn't. They don't seem to be in. I don't know. I love you too. Love sports. Very kind of you. Juve on loan, maybe. I don't know. Hello to everyone joining as well, to Michael and Letty. But I don't know. Maybe a German club, but German clubs aren't going to pay 50, 60 million for Laporte. It's just what it is. But I think we've got to move on from him. I'm immensely excited for him, Brillo. I think you'd be surprised. I think he'll end up in midfield under Gvardiol because he's got this absolute complete skill set to his game. But either way, PSG just signed Skriniar, didn't they? So maybe not. I don't know. It's really weird. But like Gvardiol is an exceptionally talented player, and I don't think we have gaping holes in the midfield attack either. I think there could be. Everyone's acting, by the way, like Mahrez, Bernardo, Laporte, and everyone is out the door already. They've not actually gone yet, by the way. Until that happens, we haven't got gaping holes. Palmer's just scored apparently. That's interesting, isn't it? Palmer's just scored. Is it a good goal? I don't think he'd go to Villa, by the way, if he's rejecting Spurs. I can't see that personally. He got an assist as well, didn't he, Cole Palmer? I'd love to see. I'm just Googling to see if you can see it. I love that Cole Palmer, by the way, is playing as a deep line playmaker. It's absolutely wild. But that's Cole Palmer for you. Villa got Pau Torres, yeah, I know, but they got Pau Torres as well, so they don't need Laporte even. Villa are far more attractive destination than Spurs. You say that, but to most people they won't be. I don't think. Nah, Spurs are still Spurs, man. It's London. They have got Pochettino. They've got that incredible stadium. Spurs are definitely more attractive still for a lot of people. In my opinion, they are. I know they did well Villa last season, but they're not traditionally up there. So I don't think so. Laporte, yeah, I think he sort of did fall out with Pep. Well, not fall out as such. I think basically Pep stopped playing, players who basically Pep stopped playing players who are a little bit a little bit sulky, and he got injured as well, and then he couldn't get back into the team. Basically, it is what it is. It really is what it is, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Ake came in, Stones came in. He just didn't it's just what it is, unfortunately. It's like, we just sort of moved on. It's not Pochettino. Why did I say Pochettino? I'm so sorry. I was thinking of, he's at Chelsea. I was thinking of Ange Postecoglou. I can't even pronounce it. I don't know why I said Pochettino. I'm so sorry. I absolutely know he's not. He's out of Chelsea, of course. It's actually that big Ange, isn't it? The Celtic guy, and he's actually done really well. Apparently he's really liked already by a lot of people at Spurs. He's a real character, a real intelligent manager who could actually do good things there. And I actually think if you got through to Laporte, you'd actually speak to him quite nicely. I think he's actually a good manager. Apparently City rate Ange Postecoglou, how it's pronounced. They actually rate him apparently because he's got a very good reputation. Good manager, plays good football. No news. I absolutely agree. But we'll have to see how it goes. Cole Palmer, by the way, he's just scored, of course. I saw this report saying that he could leave as well on loan. A temporary exit suiting goal parties as he continues development. I'm all for him getting a loan if we're not going to play him, as long as he gets a good loan, maybe Premier League level. The rumours of Brighton. Look, if he was a sort of rotated with Solly Marsh every now and then, maybe an impact sub for Brighton with a few starts here and there, I'd be absolutely fine with that, because of course he would. Be he would learn under Zerbi, which would be really good. Just call him Angie. How's he pronounced it? Is it Angie? I don't know. Either way, he's a good manager. The big ex-Celtic guy, that'll do. But yeah, Cole Palmer's got loads of potential. I maintain that. We have to be patient with him, and he's got. I want to see assist and a goal for England 21s right now. It's lovely stuff. Congratulations to Bernard as well, getting married there. Look at him. Look at the handsome couple. Beautiful people, and buzzing for them. Sold it to Hello Magazine as well. Oh, getting married day. I miss our wedding day. It wasn't as beautiful as background. It was actually. It was Helmshore. It's a gorgeous place, Helmshore. They got a slightly prettier version, but me and Nicola had a very similar backdrop. Look at them. He scrubs up well, Bernard, doesn't he? James Trafford is another one I've not talked about, by the way, yet. Probably going to Burnley potentially for around £19 million, of course. I think that's a really potentially good signing, you know. He's a really good player. I know it's a lot of money, which is great. It's great for us. But I actually don't think he'll be seen as... I don't think it'll be seen as a bad deal at all. I think eventually he's going to be England's number one, James Trafford. I rate him that highly. It's just difficult at City, isn't it, to actually get into the team. It's really difficult to get into the team. And I reckon, of course, with Ederson around for a while, the buyback clause with Trafford, get it there, just in case the next manager comes in, doesn't fancy Ederson, and maybe wants Trafford or something like that. But Trafford is a cracking keeper, and Burnley, you know... Burnley know a thing or two about good players with any company there. I honestly think that'd be good money, and it's great. I do love, by the way, all these players getting all these awards. Ruben Diaz voted as the best centre-back. Gvardiol second, by the way. De Bruyne is the best attacking midfielder. Rodri second best central midfielder behind Bellingham. What the fuck is that about, by the way? Absolutely robbed. Cancelo and Walker ranked as 7 and 3rd as the best right-backs. He should be number 1 for what it's worth. Ederson, 7th best goalkeeper. Ake's 5th best left back. Go on, lad. Mahrez, Foden, Grealish, 9th, 6th, 3rd wingers in the world. Look at that, man. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Haaland, best striker, of course. Pep Guardiola, best manager. These are ESPN's awards. Isn't it mad seeing all these City players up there? It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Bellingham, number 1, by the way. Based off, look at that. He's great, but based off what? What do you guys want to make about the Kyle Walker stuff as well, by the way? 2-year deal, potentially. I don't know if it's true, but we'll see. I mean, I think we probably are offering him a new deal. I think we are. And I think Madrid tax. He's not even at Madrid yet. Well, he is. Sorry, but he wasn't when he was playing, so that's stupid. It's annoyed me, but you know. Rodri, by far the best midfielder, central midfielder in world football. I don't think it's even a debate, to be honest. Yeah, Walker probably will stay around. I've got a feeling Walker will stay. And then, of course, Guardiola reportedly trying to tie Bernardo Silva to the Etihad Stadium, which I'm all for. Absolutely all for. Look, to be honest, mate, I would sell my money and wedding photos to Hello if they wanted them. Imagine it went like this. Hi, can we share your wedding photos and we'll give you loads of money? He's gone, yeah, all right. I wouldn't say no because, like, who cares? You know what I mean? They'll be the nice photos. You're going to put them on his social media anyway, so I'd take him. How's Ruben? Ruben's great, William, actually. That's my son, Ruben. We confirmed he's going to nursery today for 1 year old, and it's terrified us because he's our little boy and he'll be going to nursery in October. Our little boy got a nursery already, potentially. Oh, it's wild, isn't it? We have to go and work, though, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do about it. But he's great, thank you. All these players that want to leave have got to go. They lost the hunger, says Brillo. We'll see. You don't know they've lost the hunger. That's the thing. Like apparently a lot of them wanted to go last year. We'll see. City will judge it right. Ultimately, they can only go if someone bids for them, you know? It's like someone has to bid for them. And if they don't, like, we can't sell them. I think some will go who want to. How good will Ronnie Foden be? He'll be excellent. He'll be some football, Ronnie Foden, by the way. You say it was obvious in January, February. Laporte, definitely. Walker, not. I mean, in the end, he was excellent. You know, absolutely excellent. Cancelo, it's just hard because the players, they've got contracts left and give them away for free. You would be a very good businessman, would you, Brillo? Let's be honest, mate. Let's leave it to the professionals because we'd be broke in 10 minutes with any of us in charge because you can't just do that because guess what? Then you lose all bargaining. You lose all future... If you give away players for free now, you lose all future bargaining. It's just terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible stuff. You don't do that. It's a terrible idea. But back to... yeah, I know it's frustrating, but I think I would say unplug and unwind and relax, mate. But back to Gvardiol anyway. I've got to go down and help with the family for dinner and all that kind of stuff in a minute. But for Gvardiol, the reports are that it's going to happen. I think it will happen. I think we're just going to have to be patient. I think he's a fantastic player. Of course, I will go live if and when anything happens, any new news. Hopefully there'll be a big old bombazzo tonight from Ornstein or something like that. And that'd be great. JM11 just said Gvardiol plays like Company, in my opinion. Do you know what? He actually reminds me of a very young Vincent Kompany. I've seen footage of a young Vincent Kompany where he was very much like that. Tall, elegant. He did like... Watch that overlap into company where he talks about his career with Gary Neville, and he said a young version of him was a skillful attacking like midfield at the same time, and he was, and I think it's very similar. A young Vincent Company is a lot like a young Gvardiol, where he's actually got a lot of pace and he can do tricks, and he was driving forward. Like we know Vinny of when he was like old school, a bit more stronger, but a young Vinny was super skillful. He absolutely was, and that's the thing. He's much more skillful than Diaz. Left-footed Diaz says moral, but he's much more. He's more of a Stones, Laporte, Diaz hybrid. He's ridiculous, man. But a bit of a Gerard Piqué or an Alaba to me, actually. He's a bit of an Alaba at the same time, technically. He's a quality player, and fingers crossed we get him done. Guys, thank you for watching this. Please do hit the like button. Please do keep subscribing to the channel if you are new to it. Hopefully we'll have some more news soon on big Josko Gvardiol. Josko Gvardiol. Josko Gvardiol, Josko. That's my song for him. Josko Gvardiol, Josko. I'm going to leave it here, Michael, because I've got not much more to say about the subjects, mate. So, unless you guys got any questions for me, if you do, I can stay a little bit longer if you've got any questions, you know. But I've talked about all the news stories, but I can do any bit of a Q&A. I'll answer the next 5 questions or whatever. I'll stay a little bit longer. But if anyone's got any, go for it in the comments. Josko Gvardiol. Will City sign up for midfielder? Ask Love Sports. I think they will if someone goes. I think they potentially will do. Yeah, I think they potentially will do. If someone goes, I think there'll be a surprise in this window. By the way, I think there'll be a surprise in this window, like the way that Kanji was a surprise. I think City are a lot more creative in the transfer market than we give them credit for. Like we always talk about them not being in for bargains, but they are. You know, they often are. Like you think about City's record of the past few years, the likes of a Kanji, you know, Alvarez. Obviously to different degrees of success, like so Ferran Torres, Gomez. City do scan the bargain market, and we've had a decent record of him as well, so I think so. I'm getting more sleep. Last night finally Medico actually got a decent night's sleep. I say decent night's sleep. He woke up every hour and a half instead of every half an hour, which for us felt great, and we were in bed for 9 hours, so we're actually a bit awake today. So, and Ruben's getting a little bit better. He's been poorly. Is Sani an option for this window? Says Vortex Trading. I hope so, but I don't think so. I would love Leroy Sani back at Manchester City. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's sort of. I've not seen any talk about that at all, other than just fans sort of wishing it into action. And I think we want it to happen, and we're dreaming it up, but I don't think City are going to go near him. I would love to see him come back because he's older, wiser, and I think he loves Manchester. So I think he should come back. Treble again? You never know, Mark. Probably not, but who knows, man. Should we sell Bernardo for 60 million? No, not at all. He should be way more than that. I think he should be 80 million plus because he's one of the best midfielders in world football. He's just won a treble. Unfortunately for John Stones, I don't think we should let him go. Absolutely not. I think we should keep him. John Stones. What did I say then? I zoned out a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. A few questions done. Guys, I love you all loads. In a bit. Bye-bye.